Go live. Yeah. Yeah. We're live, bro. We're live, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great pleasure, absolute honor to be back with my brother. Let us start the show in the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
Coming up. Yes, Tunde. I see you.
Wait. Make I put on the glasses. Yeah.
Portland Trevors. I see you.
Put on the Trevors. That's what we call them now.
Yeah, Portland Trevors. I see you. Sounding very loquacious. Do you know what I mean? Fabulous oration yesterday. Showing man what time of day is, sending out the message, telling the world that we are prepared and ready to speak to anybody. You know what I mean? And bring it forward. I'm just keeping this thing totally 100. I've never seen no guest on talkSPORT for that boxing segment that they have here that has lit up the thing like what you did yesterday. No guest. You know what I mean? At all. I'm just being real. And I know you as well. That wasn't scripted. That was your passion becoming your paycheck last night. Right? And that's that. That was cold. You know what I mean? That was cold. I'm just, that was. Man watched that and I said, yeah. Tun? Yeah.
Yeah, well, first of all, let me just pick up everyone in the chat before I start. Old Tight, VP75, Paul L Finance, John Cole Malik, Rob Mayer, Fizz, Daniel Grace, Tyrone Booth, Jay Lanks, Aaron Special, Sawar, the one, the only Aaron. This kid is the future. It's not even the future, he's now. So big up Aaron, all the way up there in Bonnie, Scotland. Tight, Dispec 87, Steve Bailey, Lee S, Miss Levy, Lovely, H, Mr. E Francis, Chrissy 876, Blue, you don't know, Phil Amsa, Mickey Dub, His Excellency, Jermaine Williams, AAV Develops. The list goes on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining myself and Spencer again. Let's break it down, Spence. We had a good evening last night. It was good. It was good to talk, and it was good to, obviously I'm always about, the first person who had to get their flowers is you. Obviously, it's always going to be that way. But I was happy.
Damn right, it's going to be me too.
It's always going to be you, bro.
If it wasn't for me, we're still in Peckham on the front line.
But it was great. Like, you know what? I had to big up Adam Smith. I had to big up Adam Smith. You see that man, when that man commentates, Spence.
Nah.
And you know when I was saying the things, because literally, as you said, there's nothing scripted. It was all off the bat. And I'm like, I could see Adam looking, like he's like, hold on, what's going on here? You know, like his eyes lit up. And I'm happy, he messaged me privately, and I'm happy that I said what I said, because I think it was a sentiment that is shared with many people who watch boxing. He is the voice. He had that voice which captured us. And let's hope
that
we can,
kind of baritones.
Yes, and let's hope we can.
That's a powerful way. You know what I mean?
He has to come back again. He's back. Listen, he's talkSPORT, great platform. He's GMB Sports. But I feel like he's freelance, so he can be anywhere.
Well, you know what? What I'm trying to say is this. It's like, I'm going to keep this thing 100. When I was working down at Sky, Adam Smith was the head of Sky Sports Boxing. Right?
Yes.
And even though you're head of Sky Sports Boxing, I want man to realize this is why I can't last in their places. Because I don't treat no next man like, boss, you're mad. Me? Are you crazy? So, when we was down at Sky, Adam was cool, but I wasn't too fond of him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
right? I'm keeping this film 100. When my mind changed about Adam Smith was January of 2022. Yeah.
The
I'm not
knowledge.
even talking that man's business, but when Johnny Nelson's mother died and the support that man gave Johnny Nelson, yeah, it was touching to me. Also got to big up Spencer Oliver. So check this one out. So I've gone to Johnny Nelson. Johnny Nelson's mother had 2 funerals as well. Because you know Johnny Nelson's mom used to live in Kennan. He's down the road
Oh yeah.
from yeah,
I think
he's
I've
down the road
heard you
from
say that before. You know.
yeah. Right?
I think I've heard
So
you say that before.
so I went to I went to Johnny Nelson's mom's funeral. They one in Sheffield and one in London. So the one in London, I turn up there, and in my mindset, I believe that I'm going to see. Remember at that time that I'm a year and a half out of Sky. I thought I was going to see all of the old gang from Sky at Johnny's mom's funeral, and I turn up there, Ton, and the only man then from Sky that were at the funeral was Adam Smith and part-timer Spencer Oliver. But
Hold on.
Spencer
Where? At Johnny's.
Johnny's mom's funeral.
Well, hold on. Wasn't Adam Smith at your mom's funeral?
No, Adam couldn't come. Remember, he was in hospital because he had cancer.
Yes.
Remember, I told you. I'm gonna get onto this, and I'm sorry to drag that into something else, yeah. But it's just I'm just keeping this thing 100, right? So
Old type Bronx boxing.
yeah, big up Bronx, right? So when Johnny's mom passed, just to support that Adam Smith was around Johnny, yeah. And then when my mom chipped out, you was like the third or fourth person that I told. And Johnny phoned me in the morning to say, Jababa, someone shipped out. Within 20 minutes after me coming off the phone to Johnny, and he has a like real heart to heart. And like this time, the man's suffering with cancer. You know what I mean? So certain things can happen. You know when people say, if you didn't invite me to the wedding, don't invite me to the funeral. But you see, funerals, and I'm telling you, I lost both parents, so I'm going on this here. So from how Adam was from then, I said, boy, I remember when he was going through what he was going through, and it was us on the Fight Is Right that was saying, no, big up Adam Smith. Yeah.
Yes,
so
yes.
from then, we never really had no relationship, but of late, since I've done the GBM shows and everything else, these kids are taking different liberties. Good night. Good night. Say hello to Uncle Tunde. All right, you have to go to bed. Give me a kiss. All right.
Kids.
Yeah, kids. Tired? Come give me a kiss. Go tell your bed then about no. Right? So from that time there, me and Adam's got a good relationship.
Connection. Yes.
Right? And just let me tell you this. So me and him hosted the pre-fight party to Joshua and the Bois. Yeah.
Pre-fight or post-fight?
Because remember they had a fight party the day of the fight at Box Bar.
Okay.
Me and Adam hosted it. Everyone was there. Tyson Fury, Amir Khan, Kel Brook, Nigel Ben, Conor Ben. Everyone was there. Derek Chisora. So me and him we've worked regularly. We worked together in the commentary on the GBM. So there's been a lot. So when I'm saying like I got a lot of props for Adam, but his voice, Tunde, is undeniable. But
yeah, it's unmatched, to be fair.
And the way you picked him up yesterday, Tunde, I know that weakened his heart. You know what I mean? But you know the real character of a person when you're going through adversity, but certain times you know the real character of a person when they're going through adversity and how they behave while they're being averse. So props to Adam Smith. But what you said about him was so befitting because you know what? nobody else has not publicly called that man's name in that light on a public figure, on a public platform. And you did that, my brother, who come from Vietnam. So yeah, that was beautiful. You know what I mean? That was beautiful.
I just feel, I just really spoke what I believe, and I you got to. I've always believed in. I mean, the new way of saying it is giving man their flowers, but I'm like, why wouldn't you credit someone that has not only made an impact on you as an individual or me as an individual, but on so many people? And when you get the platform, and this is what I've never really understood about people, it's like you say things in the barbershop when there's about 3-4 people listening. And then you have a platform where thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions are watching, and you don't credit the individual. And I think it was you that always used to say to me and my dad, the nicest sound to a person is the sound of their own name.
Trust me.
And I've never forgot that. I know you used to say it to me early days. My dad used to definitely saying it to me.
Right.
But I'm more recently, you used to say it to me all the time. And I just used to do it naturally. But I didn't really think it was anything that like it's a big thing. Like you're supposed to do that. Why wouldn't you? Like I still don't get it. It's almost as though people feel that they feel threatened by their own position by giving another person credit for their skill.
Let me tell you this, son. Yeah. When I was a youth, I was 18 years old. I was working for Kim, who used to go to school with. I was working for her uncle. Yeah, Uncle Clayton. He's now deceased now, right? And I'm talking about my long time girlfriend. That was my first ever girlfriend. We even bought a house together, lived together, and everything else, right? And her uncle used to say to me, a good businessman can tell you to go to hell and you're looking forward to going. Right? Meaning like, and also you complimenting somebody or bigging up someone and adding fuel to their fire is not going to diminish your own fire.
Come on, talk it.
So I know for a fact that I live by that. You know what I mean? So everyone knows me. Man never know that Tunde Ajayi in this boxing game.
Yeah? Come on,
no, it's a joke. You know what I mean? And when man was talking about these tippy-tappy pants and blah, blah, blah. And Tunde, when he's on talkSPORT and he's talking like, oh yeah, we was going round and we went with a bucket for Otu Sab. Yeah? Tunde's not telling the story properly. Yeah, I mean, not telling the story.
Go ahead. I only got a few minutes. I had to concise it.
Because it wasn't a bucket collecting coins. Because Tunde can tell you, the first man I went to, he was right beside me. Yeah? Oh, yeah. We did a pad exhibition. It was Don Charles and Spencer Oliver. They had the event at the Connaught Rooms down the West End. Right? And man was right. I said, right, we're going to come down and do the pads. I said to them, man, yeah, let's come down and let Tunde do the pads for the shoot. And I'll take the mic and I'll jump everyone. Yeah, this shoot's going to go to the Olympics. All the rest of it. And I turned around, my little girl crying, you know. And I turned around. Remember the first man I went to? It was Ken's brother, Ken who owns BoxFit.
Oh, yeah.
Ken's brother.
What did he say? He said something again.
Yeah, and he remember he gave £1 coin.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What did I do?
You dashed the pound out of the bucket. Oh yeah. I remember. Bro, the fact is right. Let me just tell you what happened. A man coming, he's called a man's name, but I'm just saying a man just for these purposes. He put £1 in the bucket. Spencer Fearon he actually tipped the bucket upside down and made the pound dash and roll on the floor. And Spencer said, "We want the collection where don't make noise." I remember that.
Right. I told him, man, listen, the disrespect. I said, I'm trying to drag these youths off of the streets and you'll give me £1. And remember, he went, oh, sorry, Spencer. Remember, he put £50 in.
Yeah. I remember.
Everybody was throwing £50 in.
Spencer to the man, what's that? Tip the bucket upside down and force the man to put in £50 note. And after that, the money started to flow.
Remember that thing, Tunde?
It was empty. But Spence,
£9,000.
I remember us sitting in the little room at the back after we done the collection. Proper old school. Put in the 50p's, the £1, the 20p's, the 10p's, and the notes. Man, they line up the notes there. And bro, this is how I know, as a collective, we saved the money, we counted the money, and we went and go and buy Otu's mum a TV. And I know why he's saying, yeah, but it's the heart, Spence. It's the heart, because collection that don't make no noise. That's what Spencer was on. Spencer was on the collection that don't make no noise. But it just, I swear to you, I've never thought of it until yesterday. What we done. This is what I'm trying to say. There's so many memories of that have gone on in this journey, Spence. And those early days were the highlight. I remember it literally became like a every week thing, because man was earning some P's from the pads. And again, it shows you the polarity of things, because at the same time people were mocking the pad work, it was helping us, or helping me definitely, helping Otu, helping us all to survive in this game, and it just goes to show that, you see people in certain positions and you don't know what it's been like. You don't know the road. You don't know the struggle. And that was definitely a highlight, or one of the moments and times that I always remember, those early days.
Bro, those were the best days. But bare props to, and trust me, I enjoyed that. I mean, I watched it a couple times just for the jokes. A couple times. And let me tell you this, Gatton. Do not be surprised this week that you don't get a call from Turkey Al Sheikh people. Do not be surprised you don't get a call from Turkey Al Sheikh this week. From the time that you're saying, well, we are free agents and we can talk to anybody, right? From the time when you're exposing the fact that when people are saying that you lot tried to swerve the Bivol fight, and you're saying you didn't try to swerve nothing. Don't give us a fight for 3 weeks.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Even though it's called prize fighting, but we're not here to just compete. We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. There was a difference. So I thought it was really, really nice. Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed that. You know what I mean?
Yes. All right. Well, listen, great way to start the show. Just a recap on yesterday, because it was really, as I said, it was an honor for me and a great moment in time, one that I'm going to never forget. And contrary to some people, I didn't choose who the interviewers was going to be. We were contacted by talkSPORT. I don't even know if it was Ade. I don't know if it was Adam. I just know that talkSPORT contacted probably the producers and asked me to be on the show. At first, I was like, I ain't going down there. hate wasting my time. But then on closer reflection, I said, I haven't really spoken out in no interviews. So it'd be a good time to just really talk and, keep the fire burning, so to speak. So it was good. It was good. And I look forward to doing it more. I spoke to some of the producers from talkSPORT, and they're very interested in doing a lot more. So yeah, we'll see where that leads to. Spence, a fight of great magnitude, one which one of the participants I never thought at this age, 58 years, would be involved in. But by hook or crook, Jake Paul is about to fight Iron Mike Tyson. And Spence, I was reading all day. I've been looking forward to hear your take on this. and the fans and the viewers, I want to hear their opinion, and maybe we can put up the link and maybe if there's anyone who wants to give their say on or their feeling on the show on this particular upcoming contest, the 15th, next Friday, or Friday after next, because what is it now? Today's the 3rd. So yeah, so less than 2 weeks away.
Less than 2 weeks.
Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson. I'm going to say it again. Michael Gerald Tyson. Because that's the birth name. Michael Gerald Tyson takes on a young 27-year-old ex-YouTuber, or still a YouTuber, but more a boxer nowadays, the problem kid, aka, or the problem child, aka Jake Paul. And I don't know what to really think of this, Spence. I'm being honest with you.
Ton, I don't like this fight for Mike Tyson.
Because my man's 30 years younger than him.
Tunde,
3-0.
Tunde, I don't like this fight for Mike Tyson. You know why? My last recollection of Mike Tyson was in 2005 against Kevin McBride. Right?
Yes, Kevin McBride. Remember that fight there?
Yeah. When the last knockdown was, he pushed Mike Tyson down to the ground. Yeah. Now that is some 25 years ago. Why does anybody remotely feel that we're going to see a better Mike Tyson than that guy did?
Well, they're saying he's in the best shape ever.
They have to say he's in the best shape ever. They have to. I see. Even like Muhammad Ali's old business manager, Gene Kilroy, and I'm surprised that he's still alive. I was really happy to see him sat down. Gene Kilroy, he was Ali's business manager, right? And I'm seeing Gene Kilroy there saying, I feel good now, and this is the best I've seen him, and blah, 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 and all the rest of it, this, that, and a third, right? But I'm just being real about this, Tony. This isn't good. I hear Mike Tyson, I hear Roy Jones, should actually follow Roy Jones, but I know he's doing something in the Caymans right now, right? Saying that now, how Mike is like, Mike still hits real hard and this, that, and blah, and all the rest of it. But you got to take into consideration that Roy was an old man at that time as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm trying to recollect that fight and how Mike looked in that fight. I need to go and watch that fight again. You know that.
Tunde, I don't care what people say. Anybody can. Tunde, when I hosted the Great Lennox Lewis just on the weekend.
Yeah, well done on that, Spence. Well done on that. Excellent.
You got mad numbers as well. Thank you very much. I did some shadow boxing just before they called me out because
Spencer, you look like words of garbage,
right? I did some shadow boxing just before then, yeah. But when, like, yeah.
Your shoulder start hurt you, innit?
No. Because even that turn, yeah. Like for that brief 5-second clip, Tunde,
Yeah.
I look decent.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I said, look at Smelly Rankin.
Right. I actually look decent. Right? Try and tell me to do that for 3 minutes. I don't care what special ayahuasca or whatever ginseng that Mike Tyson's on at this present moment.
Ginseng?
Right? Right. He's on more than that, right? I don't business. All the years of substance abuse, which he's openly speaking about it. Go read his book, The Undisputed, which is a really, really good book. Excellent book. If anyone hasn't read his autobiography, go and read it. Right? Even go and watch the documentary that was made, that was produced by one of the greatest rappers of all time, Nas. Go and watch, and that's made about a decade ago. Tyson was old then. And you know the time when I really worry about, man, I'm just keeping this thing totally 100 because I love Mike Tyson. He's Mike Tyson. But when a man's talking, you always see the whites at the side of his mouth. That's not a good look, Tunde.
You
know what I mean? That's not
white thing with the corners.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah, every time he's talking, he's got a little white thing at the side of his mouth. That is,
I beg you, bro. I beg you. If he starts seeing me get them corners, just give me a phone call, mate.
You ain't gonna get it, Tony.
That's something that I've always liked.
I hate that. You ain't gonna get that. You're never gonna get that. When you see the foam at the side of the mouth, Tony, that is not a good sign, right?
You see,
when you
see that little Instagram post where the guy goes, he was talking about wealth and some black old man, and he was talking, and what he was saying was real, but the corners at the side, I couldn't take him serious, bro.
Yeah.
So
White squad.
I've just put the link up in the chat. Obviously, I'll be selective, but if anyone wants to give a comment on this fight, please click the link that I've just put up. And Manny's done a runner again. I'm gonna cut Manny's money because he feels that he can just do a poster and head out and then get a third of the peas. Nah, I'm stopping all that. So, anyway, but yeah, the link's up there. Anyone who wants to give their say on this, please do. But Spencer, carry on.
Right. So on those kind, I'm just gonna keep this thing real. As much as we look at Jake Paul, he's a joke, he's this, all the rest of it, yeah. One thing you have to give he's been consummate in his steady progression. You know what I mean? Yes. And that's what he has been. And yes, it's Mike Tyson. And you know what? If Mike Tyson was to knock him out, I'd be really, really happy. Yeah? Oh
man, that'd be good.
But we just gotta be real. He's this is a man that's 60 years old. I want that to settle in. I want people to, you're 60 years old. And you're a 60-year-old man that has abused himself. Well, and I don't care what kind of rebirth that you've had. Yeah? Your body's still your body. You know what I mean? And yeah, you can do little moves for 5 seconds and look really sharp and look really good. No doubt. You know what I mean? But can you be consistent with that? So no, I think this is really bad. I'm just going to keep this thing totally 100. This is similar to, let me tell you this. The late, great, and one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time, Joe Louis, after retiring from boxing after losing to Rocky Marciano. From 1952 up to 1958, he was doing wrestling. Yeah? And even though wrestling's a gimmick thing and all the rest of it, people would turn out because it was Joe Louis. And he actually needed the money. Because if you know the story about Joe Louis, the IRS, when he fought while serving in the army for the Second World War, and he donated all of his funds to the US government. Imagine this, you know. The IRS came back to him and said, yeah, but you owe us the tax money on the money that you donated to us. Can you imagine this shit? Joe Louis ended up broke. And Joe Louis ended up broke, had to make a comeback. So when he was wrestling, I've seen a couple of wrestling stuffs on YouTube, right?
Yes.
It's just, even though it's make-believe, but it's just sad to see Joe Louis, you know what I mean, traveling around the ring.
But this really leads on to the question I was going to ask, Spence, and that is, I mean, I think I said it months ago when this fight was muted. I cannot see this nothing but about money. Now, I saw a comment here, which I'm not reading verbatim because I can't really remember the exact words. I'm not going to scroll back. But is this fight purely about money? Has Mike Tyson mismanaged his money?
Of course he has, right? But in the same time, big up Lee S. I know that Max Milling, his great adversary, did help out Joe Louis at the tail end of his at the end of his career. Max Milling, as we know, got knocked out by the Brown Bomber horribly in Yankee Stadium in the first round.
The knowledge.
Right? Horrible knockout after beating him previously 2 years prior. Do you know what I mean? Joe Louis said, as he won the world title, said, get me him. Right? And Tun, you want to know about body punching? Let's go watch Max Milling versus Joe Louis when Joe Louis raps him in his belly. And you'll find out what time it is. Anyway, we're digressing. I'm saying to you, of course, Tunde, this is money. Because they said to Mike Tyson, go and just do an exhibition, he would have done it. As much as he loves fighting, he would have done it to him. And this is like, you must have seen when Mike Tyson's talking with Sugar Ray Leonard on his podcast, yeah? On his hot boxing podcast, and he's saying like I was the man, I was like a god, and everything else now it's like I'm nothing. It's like I'm garbage. I'm nobody. So maybe that's what Mike Tyson needs in his life now to make him feel like he's somebody. Maybe, but I think he's getting like 30 mil for this.
30 mil, wow. It's a lot of money.
30 mil.
But someone has commented that Mike earned up close to the figure of £1 billion. Now, how can a sports athlete earn so much money? How did this mismanagement come about, Spence?
Son, let me tell you this now, right? I remember Mike Tyson was very free with his money. You know what I mean? He'd gift a lot of people. He had a lot of hangers on. You know what I mean? Rory Holloway, his former manager. Do you remember him? He grew up with Mike Tyson's brethren. The famous story goes like that. See, as we're on this talk, I can just roll off on the history right now.
Before you do that, I'm going to say it because it's all in line with what you're saying. Chrissy Blue says, I love this conversation. I believe more should be done to educate boxers on money management because they put their lives on the line for every check and they get big or small. Yeah.
Tyrone Booth says Mike Tyson blew 500 million. He admitted this. He's since made money again, but you put it up there. He's since made money again, but not like he used to have. And listen to me, Mike Tyson's earning capacities are always going to be up there because he's Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Right? But then we got to be real. Right? We got to be real. I love Sugar Ray Leonard. Right? One of the greatest ever did. I have been watching Sugar Ray Leonard since 1979. I can remember Harry Carpenter commentating on his fight against when he challenged for the WBC welterweight crown against Wilfred Benitez. November 30th, 1979, right in Vegas.
The knowledge.
I remember this, but then remember the Contenders TV show.
Yes.
Right? At that time, because what's Sugar Ray Leonard now? Sugar Ray Leonard's up in age. It must be about 68 now. So, or no, 65 now. Sugar Ray Leonard was moving around with one of the kids in the contenders, yeah? And the kid and the kid went nothing special, and the kid balled up Sugar Ray Leonard, right? And then all the guys were saying, what's the matter with this guy? He's just meant to be moving around with Ray. He's meant to be an honor that he's moving around with Sugar Ray Leonard. You're trying to stick it on Ray Leonard. He said, I wish Leonard was like 10 years younger, because Leonard would have knocked him out. Now, I carry the same sentiments for this. As much as I'm saying, well, Jake Paul is useless, he's not useless to, because he's in the gym constantly preparing to go in against the old man. Right? This is the next thing that you got to take into consideration. He is preparing to go in with an old man.
Jake Paul, yeah? So is there any chance of Jake Paul under preparing, knowing that he's going in?
No way. Because Jake Paul, listen, unless this is a massive money grab and they plan this out, how this fight's gonna go and blah, because that would not surprise me, right? Let's just be real, right? That wouldn't surprise me. But we've also got to take this whole thing into consideration of where Mike Tyson is right now in his life. And the mere fact that you're coming back to fight, just like when I see Mike Tyson moving around now, how he moves, he don't look stable to me, Tony.
But this is what I'm trying to say. At 58, regardless of your physical appearance and how it looks, when the punch catch you on your chin, which inevitably one punch will in a boxing match, unless Mike does a Michael Spinks on Jake Paul, which is highly unlikely. We know that his equilibrium is not gonna, bro. We know how it is. We know how it is, Spence. The equilibrium is not going to be the same.
Man.
And I see him with the neck machine. I see him doing the neck machine. I see him doing all this pushing, pulling. And I'm like, I don't believe those machines can get past Father Time.
They can't. You know what I mean? They can't. Listen, if I saw a full training camp of Mike Tyson, then I could come out with something serious.
Yes. There's a lot of time to do for the cameras.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing camera training, son. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right, thank you very much. Kwame just says something really good. Do you remember Evander Holyfield when he fought the other day? Do you remember that? And the man broke him up. This is a great Evander Holyfield.
Bro, the man nearly killed him in the interrupted. Bro, I couldn't believe that was. I couldn't even believe that was the great Evander. The man, bro, that was attempted murder. The guy done on Evander Holyfield. And I don't believe there's a boxer. There's only probably about 2 or 3 boxers in the history of boxing that could match the condition of Evander Holyfield when he was fighting at the top of his game. This man was he had incredible resilience, fitness, on his toes, in, out, 4, 5, 6 punch combinations. But he showed you that you can't defeat this thing called Father Time, Spence.
You can't.
And that was sad to see. And I really hope to God that we don't see this again. I don't know. There's this issue of no head guard. Yes. Well, that's the first red flag. There should be a head guard, I believe, when you dealing with someone so old. And then the issue of the gloves. They're not using the standard 10-ounce gloves. They're using 14-ounce gloves. But yet, a commissioner's passed this, Spence. So, am I wrong to say that the fight could be rigged?
Son, I hope it is. You know what I mean? Exactly. I don't like this thing. And that's just me being real. I don't like it one bit. Oh, it's 8 2-minute rounds. If it's 8 2-minute rounds, Rob, big up Daniel Grace as well. I'm just keeping this thing 100. I don't like the sound of this fight. I don't like the look of this fight, Tunde. and I think it will be scripted. Bossman 1000. I hope that it is that 1000. I hope that it is scripted. I hope that it is pantomime. I hope it is, because boxing is serious.
Very, very serious business.
Right. It's serious, and I wouldn't want to see. You know what? Bottom line is this: Jake Paul can't win. Jake Paul gets knocked out by Mike Tyson. You got knocked out by an old man. Jake Paul goes and beats Mike Tyson. We're gonna hate him for beating Mike Tyson. You know what I mean?
Repeat that again. Repeat that again, Spence.
Jake Paul goes out and gets beat by Mike Tyson. We're gonna be gunning Jake Paul like you're a bum. You should never. You know what I mean? Right?
Yes.
Jake Paul goes and beats Mike Tyson. We're gonna hate him for beating Mike Tyson, especially if he was to hurt Mike Tyson. If he was to knock out Mike Tyson. Trust me.
Daniel Gray says he's also read knockouts are not allowed. Well, then this fight ain't real, Spence.
It's not.
If knockouts ain't allowed, this fight ain't real. So I don't know why everyone's getting all emotional and talking. This it can't be real. If knockouts ain't allowed, it's 8 2-minute rounds. It's 14-ounce gloves. This is staged. It can't be like we can't fool the people.
Mike Tyson still knock you out in 14-ounce gloves.
Yeah, because Mike Tyson's a man. He will forget about the rules when he's in there. I just clap you. Tyrone Booth said knockouts are allowed, so that's not true. Listen, I don't begrudge a man earning a living. If the fight is actually a real fight, if these men both are going in there to win, I think it's a 50-50 fight. Only because of the age disparity. Only. We would not be we will be talking about aggravated assault or actual bodily harm if Mike Tyson was even 20 years younger. Yeah, if Mike was 38, we wouldn't even be questioning this. But 48, 58, going on to 60, that ain't like Bruce Lee was 60 years old, bro. Jet Li ain't 60 years old. These man, it's only in the old kung fu movies, Snake and the Monkey Shadow, where you get the brothers with a white beard that are moving like that. But this is reality. I just don't feel that Mike Tyson. I mean, listen, who am I to doubt another man what another man believes he can do? But on the face of it, Spence, I feel I echo your sentiments when you say I don't like the feeling of this. This don't feel right. Because, as you say, if Mike were to win, what does that do? Does that really damage Jake Paul? I don't think it does.
It don't damage Jake Paul because he can turn around and say it's a legend that I lost to. Tyrone Booth saying what question to Spenny? What did he say? I was missing.
Hold on, wait there. Sorry. No. Let me just Tyrone Booth. Question to Spenny. If Tyson broke up RuPaul, meaning Jake Paul, where does that rank in his best ever wins?
It doesn't. Because this is a gimmick thing. It doesn't rate. Right? You got to look at this part here. This is me you're talking to. Spencer Fearon, knowledge up here. I remember, I believe it was June 25th, 1989, when 1988, sorry, when Mike Tyson demolished Michael Spinks in 91 seconds.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for again.
Right? That Mike Tyson there, when that was a demonic 21-year-old Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Right. We're not looking at, 22-year-old Mike Tyson. That Mike Tyson earned £22 million for that fight. Wow. Michael Spinks earned £13.5 million for that fight.
And subsequently, his last ever fight.
Yeah. Well, after that, he said, "Sod this, man." But you know what? At that time, Michael Spinks was 31-0 with 21 knockouts.
Yes.
Former undisputed light heavyweight champion, moved up, defeated the great Larry Holmes on points. The first fight that was that was controversial, but not very controversial. But he did win the fight. He didn't win the return. No one can't tell me that he did, but it is what it is. And he was saying prior to the fight, Michael Spinks, who's my hero, said like, "Oh, this is gonna be my last fight. This is gonna be my last fight." And I remember as a kid watching the build-up, ITV. Them times you didn't have to pay for pay-per-view. ITV would show the fight live in your front room at 3:00 in the morning, and that was a weekday as well. And I remember him saying, "This is gonna be my last fight. This is gonna be my last fight. This is my last fight." And the great former WBC lightweight champion Jim Watt was doing the commentary for ITV prior to the fight, and Jim Watt said, "I never like when fighters are talking about retirement going into a fight. I hate it." Yes. And that's always stuck with me. So with that, I mean, Spinks at the tail end of his career. He had very, very bad knees as well. But Mike Tyson was a monster. Because I spoke to Michael Spinks when we was in Saudi this time last year, and Michael Spinks said to me, "Me going with Mike Tyson, I thought my awkwardness and my speed would give him problems." And like when I threw the first punch and he threw a shot at me, and I just knew like he was just too fast for me. And on top of that, he could punch. And it is what it is, and he gets knocked out. But Tun, we got to think that was 1988, Tunde. That's when that was.
A long time ago, Spence.
Right. And you have to remember, when Tyson was heavyweight champion, he was active, Tun. Right? You got to think, in 98 alone, right? The man had 3 world title fights, in the beginning part. You know what I mean? 3 world title fights. He was active as a heavyweight champion. He was a throwback fighter. Literally a throwback fighter who was active. We are romanticizing with a man that hasn't boxed in how many years? And I'll tell you again, the last time that we did see him fight was when he got broke up. You know what I mean? That's the last time we saw him fight.
Did JD just text you?
Who?
JD.
No. Did he text you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bring him in, man.
No. He was just sending me something. But I see what he was sending me already. Are we just romanticizing, thinking that Tyson, that there's a chance that we may see the Tyson that fought Michael Spinks? Are we just romanticizing? Has this ever been done, Spence?
Tunde, 25 years. It's never been done. Right? You've been away from the sport for 20 years. Does that mean
it can't be done?
Tunde, let's just be real. It's not going to be done. You know what I mean? And it's got everyone. I went out to eat yesterday. There's some really.
You go out to eat every day for free.
Look, don't hate the game. It's not my fault, bro.
Go. Let's not go into it.
You have to realize I'm offended. If I go into a man's restaurant and they want me to pay to them, I'm offended, bro. I'm saying, look, let's just be real. Tyson's not Tyson. And you know what I mean? But you know what? It's sad because I know Roy Jones is away. I would have loved to have heard what Roy Jones would have to say about this. You know what I mean?
He did give some interviews. I didn't really click onto it, but I know he
has. Right, one second. Look at that. Talking to the devil, Look at that. Roy.
Good, sir.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
I'm very good, sir.
Wow. Let me put that up.
How are you? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. You know what? I'm live on the show. What I just wanted to ask you was, because you went in with Mike Tyson a few years ago, right? Right. What? I mean, it's a few years ago. You're still saying that he's still that beast, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure with this here, bro?
I'm positive.
You're positive?
I ain't sure I'm positive. If he wants to be, he's still that beast, show that thing. And like I said, I took him to wear down after 50 rounds, he never wore down. But now we only went 2 minute rounds, but he never wore down, and he still got the same punching power he had back then.
Okay.
The punch power don't leave him. So if he go out there and go straight at Jake, he'll knock Jake out. If he go out and let Jake stick around, then Jake got a chance. If he go out and go right at Jake, he's gonna knock Jake out. But I doubt he do it though, because when I think about it, when I look at it, Jake is allowing him to make more money than he's gonna ever make at 58 years old, 57 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why would you just not Jake? He probably want to just teach Jake a lesson, show Jake what boxing really is about, but I don't think he'll take him out. Now, if it was just a straight up him and Jake paid, I think he would do it rather than take Jake out. But I don't know if he's gonna do that. So I think he's gonna try to see what boxing lesson, try to show him what boxing really is about, and let him land some time. You know, maybe take him out a little later, but I think I'm gonna let him land for a little while first.
So, how do you see this fight going in, Roy?
I think the fight goes Mike Tyson pretty much as much as he wants to. If he wants to get Jake down the line, I think he will. I think Jake will have enough understanding to know that if Tyson allows him to survive, don't tell him not to Tyson out, because you hit Tyson hard, try to pick Tyson off, Tyson gonna turn to that pit boy that he is.
Okay. Tunde's got something quickly to ask. Go on, Tunde.
Yeah, good evening, Ray. Thank you for joining us as usual. What I wanted to ask is, I know you speak about.
Ask him the question, then ask it for you.
All right, yeah. You ask him, I'm gonna ask him. Go on, say what you're gonna say.
Speaking about Mike's punch power, but as you get older, what's the resistance saying? The ability to take a punch, because we know he looks good on the outside, and we know Mike will never lose that punch, but the resistance to a punch. What do you have to say about that, and how do you feel Mike's resistance to punches coming to him?
Like I said, I'm Roy Jones. I thought I was one of the fastest fighters that would fight. I thought that I had trouble hitting Mike Tyson when I was there 3 or 4 years ago. How long ago? 4 years ago. So I don't see Jake being able to hit him as easy as people think Jake will hit him. Now when he gets fatigued, that's a different animal. He may not be able to take his hand, but I think he also knows that. So he gonna go out there and go and do what he gotta do early, because you know he's feeling that fatigue set in, or he gonna have a problem.
All right, Roy. I know you're in the Caymans right now doing your show out there. I just called your name and then you phoned, so I'm so honored to hear from the legendary. You know what I mean? Now I'm telling everyone, if anybody want to know anything about boxing, just go and watch Roy Jones when he wins the World Heavyweight Championship against John Ruiz, March the 8th. Yeah, March the 8th, 2003. Go watch that fight, and then you're going to know. Am I lying, Roy?
No, you're not lying at all.
All right. Sometimes I just got to remind them.
March the 1st.
March the 1st, right. Just because... Yeah, they must have forgot. You know that. All right, boy. Thank you very much, sir. Take care. God bless, my bro.
All right, brother. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, only the best can join our show at the request of the Black Book. Spencer Fearon's Black Book does it again. Skyline, the editor, says Roy don't speak clearly. But you know what? It's more to do with his southern accent, because he was always...
Well, nothing to do with punches. It's his southern accent.
Roy was always like that. And he always used to talk fast. When I used to listen to his interviews, I'm like, bro, slow down, man. I can't even understand what you're saying, bro. So it's one of them ones that obviously there has been some damage, natural damage. He speaks about it with the accumulation of punches, but he's very coherent. He's very sharp. He's one of the best analysts and breakdown commentators out there still today. The way he can read fights, exactly like Andre Ward. These guys are there are a few of them in the whole.
Sorry, I say March the 8th. You know why I said March the 8th? My apologies why I said March the 8th. My apologies, because that was actually Ali Frazier, the first fight, 1971, Madison Square Gardens. That's why. Anyway, and I watched that fight in America. Me, David Hay was boxing out there. David Hay, Adam Booth, Kathy, the Bitch Brown, and Gary Logan. We all flew out we stayed on Ocean Drive in Miami. And David Hay boxed out there. He beat up some guy viciously out there. I think it was like his second or third pro fight. But yeah, but Roy Jones, something else, man. Roy Jones was incredible. But Roy Jones is saying like Mike's gonna do him. He's gonna do him.
I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of loyalty there. Maybe his fight was adjudged. Was it a draw? Him and Mike.
Yeah, it was a draw. It was a draw.
Yeah, I remember that fight. That fight was jokes. Yeah.
Soulstar, I totally agree with you. That Shabaz Masoud put in one incredible performance.
I need to watch the fight properly because I've heard about it. I've seen little clips. I need to study the fight because from what I hear, from what I see, he looks like a real good fighter, Shabaz. Whoa. And I remember how deep it is. I remember when he first turned pro and Barry Smith, or maybe it was the first I don't know if it was when he first turned pro or when he first joined that camp, Ben Davison and Barry Smith and that. And I remember Barry Smith saying to me, Shabaz is a special you. I remember clearly Barry Smith saying it to me. He said he's a brilliant fighter, you know. And last night, I mean, I've only seen the highlights and I really like to give my opinion when I've watched the whole fight. But I mean, people were really talking about the scorecards. That was the biggest thing, that it was so close. And one of the judges gave it to the other you.
Yeah, because one of the judges wanted to bump
him. Which is not it's not strange nowadays in scorecards, but at the end of the day, the right man won, and I'm looking forward to see where Masoud goes from here because he's now the IBO world champion and he's now become the man. So
you know what? Good fighter.
It's his time.
Good fighter. Lovely kid as well. You know what I mean? Lovely kid.
Yeah, Asghar trained him first because I remember I used to see him with Asghar, and then he moved down, or he was training with these guys, Barry Smith, and I just remember Barry. I didn't know because you know some guys Barry trains, some guys Ben trains, and I just remember Barry telling me he was a great fighter, but he's more than great now. He's now launched himself as a star, a potential star, winning the IBO World title. J.D. Dyer, Mr. TNT, the smoothest commentator in the business, young, fresh, and green. He says Shabaz looked world-class last night, handling the occasion, dictating the pace of the fight, and controlled the distance. And let me tell you something. If J.D. Dyer is saying that, he's a young man who knows boxing. So for him to be saying... So for him to saying that man looked world-class last night, a man who watches boxing, commentating, giving his view, interviewing fighters after the fights, for him to say he looked world-class last night, that means this youth can box. So I need to take this youth and see what he's about and really support him. It would have been good if we could even have got him on here last night. Tonight. It would have been good. But I'm sure I know everyone... It's probably grabbing an interview. Seems like a very humble young man as well.
Nice you, Ton. Nice you. I was with his dad. The other day. Well, at the Legacy 10, I was with his dad. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Nice people. And I'm so happy for him as well. Nice kid. You know what I mean? Nice kid. You know what I mean?
Jay, it would be great to hear your take on the Tyson Jake Paul. I know you're probably doing something right now, but I'm posting a link up in the chat. Click on. We want to hear what you have to say because you know you're an authority in this business. You know your word means a lot. So if you could, you know, click on. Let the fighters right and the listeners hear what you have to say on this whole Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson situation.
Yeah. Because when Roy was talking, could you hear it?
I heard him.
Cool.
It was one of them ones where
this is on my work phone. This is my work phone here. So
no. It's one of them ones where you need subtitles, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because if you don't put your ear close to the speaker, you ain't gonna understand what Roy's saying.
You don't turn up the volume. Be a money Tunde. Turn up the volume. Big TV having it also.
I'm telling you, because Roy, he talks fast for starters, and then it's like it's got the southern thing to it, so it just makes it even more difficult. But I kind of like understood what he was saying in patches. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't understand everything he had to say, but it's Roy Jones. You have to, whatever he's got to say, you got to listen. And I thank the brother for coming on. JD, I've actually WhatsApped you the link as well, so let me know if you want to come. Well, listen, we've spoke about the Tyson Fury. I know there's other subjects that we can touch on. Obviously, Shaquille Foster reclaimed his WBC belt last night with a 115-113 points win over Robson Conceição. I wasn't too impressed with the victory, Spence. He was better in the first fight. I'm being honest with you. Yeah, and a lot of people.
I think they give it to him because they robbed him in the first fight. That's why I thought
the top-ranked commentators actually gave it to Robson.
All right.
The top ranked, so it wasn't an entertaining fight. It's not. To be honest with you, it doesn't even warrant a conversation about it. It just weren't good. So also out last night was Chantel Cameron. She went the distance again, I think for the 7th, 8th time. Still on the hunt for a rematch with Katie Taylor, which seems to be even further and further out of the distance. Is the Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano fight being overshadowed by all this Tyson Jake Paul stuff, Spence?
Well, of course it is, because as much as you listen, I told you I was in a restaurant yesterday. What's it? Who was it? Daniel Grace went there last year as well. He made me know about this place. I started going there. It's some little Turkish joint in Croydon. It's bad. Anish, right? Trust me, the food's banging in there too. The food's banging. Trust me.
About food. That was about you. It's good.
I was telling you, it goes the food's banging. So the manager in there was saying how he loves boxing and can't wait for all he cares about is Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. I said, for real? He said, yes, it's Mike. He's going to be back. Too many people are living on this back of Mike Tyson, who he was when we were young kids, getting up early hours, every man getting a Tyson party in their head, all of that kind of, no. And you're not fooling me, bro. Do you know what I mean? You're not fooling me.
Dr. Gal, this is like a trick question. Because you know how people could like misconstrue what you're saying, because I know I've seen it today. I see that I don't usually read comments, but I saw a comment where someone was saying I was contradicting myself because I'm saying it's not about the money or what have you. I've never done it for money, and that's what I'm saying. I didn't say I don't need money. He never heard me say I don't need money. This is the economic world. Everybody needs money. And what I did say, if you listen to the interview, is that I just believe you reap what you sow. I believe what you deserve, you should get. Oftentimes people don't get what they deserve. And then that's when conflict, confrontation, dispute takes place. And then it's all down to whether you know your worth. So don't misconstrue when I say I'm not doing it for money. Of course I'm doing it for money. How you think light bills supposed to get paid? Like, you understand what I'm saying? But it's the passion. And that's the point I was saying. And when you hear someone speaking on boxing, you can identify if the person is passionate or not, or if it's just for the paycheck. So there's a difference. I think I heard Andre Ward and I heard Floyd Mayweather said, I'm doing it for the legacy and the money. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't that we're disregarding the fact that you need money. So to answer you, I just wanted to clear that up before I get another smart, clever Dickie saying, I thought you said it's not about the money. Dirty gal, if you got offered 10 M's to fight a social media star, would you, Tunde Ajayi, consider it? Dirty gal, if you gave me 1 million to fight a social media star, I'm there. I'm there. No, I will call my brethren Spencer. I'll say, bro, let's do body sparring. No headshots. We'll body spar for however long the camp is, and I'm in there. So don't get it twisted. I'm fighting. So yeah. Live Life says, Tunde, have you touched on Yard's fight yet, bro? We did that yesterday in length. And again, it's the thing where I don't really want to repeat myself. If you want to listen to my whole thing on Ant's fight and how I gauged his performance and what's next, then it's a great interview. Listen to it. But I will say this. One thing about us, we don't make excuses. We can't have close to 30 fights and never make an excuse. And whether that has been a win or a loss, or a win and a lesson. And then all of a sudden, on a win, you think I'm going to make excuses. There's no excuses. It's a win. What I was saying on talkSPORT, again, not going into it, is that if you consider that we've gone into 2 major fights, one with a now undisputed light heavyweight champion, meaning he's the best of the best, and the other one with a 2-3-time Ring Magazine light heavyweight fighter of the year. Both occasions, we've never gone in with preparation. We've never gone in with 10 rounds under our belt or a 12. And this was Spencer was telling me this after the fight. We'd never gone into a fight having that under our belt. And anybody who studies boxing knows how important it is to have that experience for the fighter, mentally and physically. And so for me, it was a case of win and maybe look good the next fight. Not maybe, look good the next fight. And I did give a brilliant example of Floyd Mayweather's performance against Emmanuel Augustus.
So one second. Ron McIntosh.
The voice. This is that, bro. You know I was gonna big up Ron yesterday again, but I had to give Adam his time. But this man here is the other GOAT in sports commentary. He is the GOAT in sports commentary, and not only boxing. I want you to deep it in multiple sports. Nobody can articulate any sport the way this brother can. The great, not late because he's never late. Ron.
Wait a minute. It's Ron. Tunde just big you up on our show because we're live on the show, bro. Yeah, what? I want your opinion on this Mike Tyson thing. Were you at home round, Ron? I'll just send you the link, man, so you could have come on.
Overseas, man.
All right, then.
Tomorrow. Listen, you're live on the show.
Yes.
You're live on the show. I'll catch you when you finish, man.
All right, my bro. Respect.
Big up, Ron.
No problem. Later.
Take care. Bye.
Checkmate. So this is why I didn't want to get into this. It's not on the team. It's on the fighter to deliver. It's not on the team. You see, this is the thing about boxing. I think I read a comment about it. If you win, you got something to say. If you lose, you got something to say. Terence Crawford made a great point yesterday or the day before. You all giving Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson hell. But hold on. Shakur Stevenson is doing it his way. He's boxing in second gear and winning. Yeah,
1 second, bro.
You call Shakur Stevenson boring and you blame him for that. Now you blame Devin Haney or you scold Devin Haney. But guess what? Devin Haney is the youngest ever undisputed lightweight undisputed champion, or light what weight, or I think it's lightweight. Yeah, lightweight, because Kambosis and Lomachenko. So I'm like, what do you want me to say? This is this, and I'm glad I was on that platform and not this platform, because this platform I just flipped. In this platform I flipped. But it's about audiences and how you come over in certain environments. But I'm like, bro, or you call yourself Checkmate 734. I don't want to get into that. Because one, I'm always going to have an answer to any question. Two, I don't make excuses. So hold on. So was you lot all complaining when Mike Tyson was licking out man 1 round, 2 round, 3 round? You weren't complaining. But when he lost in a fight where he went deep, there was complaints. So it's like, how am I supposed to ever battle with you, brothers? The answer to that is I'm not battling with you. I'm not battling with you. You see what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. Every fight, there is not one professional. There is not one professional champion that you know that has not had a so-so performance. And if you can show me one, show me. Type their name in. Type their name. You look, as I said, 24 KOs out of 26. I've already stated. If you may say, but who is he KO'd? And my answer is, if it was so easy to knock out someone in a professional contest, why hasn't everybody knocked out opponents? It's not easy. It's not easy to knock people out. So it's only because it's Tunde that you lot always, I don't know, not you lot, because I don't really feel that I've ever had any kind of backlash from Checkmate, because you've been following us for a long time. But you must get my point. There is absolutely no reason, there's no point in me debating these guys. There's no point, because it's where they're coming from. They're not coming from a good place. They're not coming from a supportive place. They're not coming with constructive criticism. They're just straight out haters. These people are there to take you off track. This is why I don't do it. This is why I only talk like this on my platform. Or sorry, I keep on saying it's what's mine is Spencer, what's Spencer's is mine.
That's semantic. Don't worry.
I only talk like that when we're here. Because I'm like, why would I get myself on a much bigger platform and start talking like this so people can enhance the hatership? I'm not on that. I'm not on that. A win is a win. It's one of those ones where I was happy that mentally now Ant has got that experience. Ant said it himself after. It's all experience. And as I said, I'm talking, that guy, we had so much the things that fighters have to go through that the fans never see. And let's bear in mind that boxing is a 99.9% mental game. It's mental. You can't get past that. And you don't know what you do know is for the last 8 months, there has been a battle. There has been a battle. I don't know. You just have to look at, if you understand boxing, you understand that not every fight is spectacular. I mean, if you go in the whole of AY's career, you've never seen him where you're questioning, you know what, that wasn't as good as what we're used to saying. It's the first time.
All right, Tun, it's very nice, and I'd like to be on there, but if anyone's here the full talk, just go on talkSPORT and listen to the thing.
It's the first time.
Mohammed Ahmed has just sent in $4.99. Thank you.
Wait. Let me get the Snapchats up.
Thank you very much for that money. Right?
Thank you, Mohammed Ahmed, for the $4.99. Spence, what do you think about Shabaz versus the monster Inui?
Forget that one. He's already for that. Thank you very much for the cigar. Let's keep it real. He's not, but what he is, he's a superb prospect who's someone I'm sitting back now, adamant to go and see his next fight. Very, very talented kid. I like his work ethic as well. I've always heard about him. Barry Smith also told me about the young man, and I'm I appreciate the fact that he's actually got a boxing brain. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, within boxing now, a lot of people are very workmanlike or workhorse-like, like to throw big shots and come through and everything else. And I just think it's very, very good when I've seen this young man box the way that he did, and he has to be 1,000,000% commended for that.
I saw a question. What do you think of the WBO ordering Jana back against Shiraz? Is that a good fight, Spence?
Who?
Janabek against Shiraz.
One second, Tim. Yo, he's on stage yet? Is he on stage yet? All right, 1 second. I just want to hear your opinion on something, yeah? I'm on the show.
Spencer is drawing for the black book again, so you know we're going to have another guest. I've just received a text.
Yeah, look, can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
I'm just going to go to the foot.
Who that, Spence?
And coach.
Sure.
Yeah, what are you after me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Yeah, well, I'm going to send you a link. Huh?
Who's that, Spence?
That's Lennox.
To Wrigley Spearman. Roy Jones, Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, Lennox just got on stage. Yeah, so I mean, he just got on stage, so don't worry about it.
Is he still doing the shows today?
Yeah, he's still doing the shows. I think tomorrow night, Adam Smith's doing one tomorrow night, I believe. But yeah.
The man saying we should do Guess the Voice. Spencer's phone. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as advertised, I did say it would be great to hear the opinion of, you see this brother coming like a 90s R&B soul singer.
Smooth. He's smooth, man. He's smooth, man.
You don't like one of them, remember Silk or one of them man there. Ladies and gentlemen, look, I told you, man's all got the levels on as well.
I just came prepared because I heard there was a lot of talk on here tonight, so I just thought I'd come prepared.
Bro.
Every man's wearing their glasses though, is that how it is?
Baby.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man.
Bro, you're coming like the Suit members. Come on. Anyway, JD, enough of the jokes.
You take my jacket off and get my...
Good to see you, my brother.
Always.
Yep, I saw you last night again, giving your post-fight questions to the fighters, to Shabaz. Big up this Shabaz Masoud. He looked good, and I really want to hear first your opinion on that, and then more importantly, your opinion on the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul contest, which is
Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure I get myself set. Yeah, because I know this
come on.
Yeah. When I watched that last
night, put him in the middle, Tom.
Move the what?
Put him in the middle.
Yeah, yes, sir.
When I watched that last night, gents, I listened to all of the talk and I listened to all of the hype, right? And Liam Davis can definitely come again, right? But what I watched from Shabaz Masoud last night was something I know both of you will appreciate. It was boxing excellence. The timing was sensational. And I know, Tunde, you got to go back and watch the film again, yeah? But the timing that he just had his number from the beginning, like from the jump. And when you have a man so, I would say, understood and calculated within the ring, it's hard to destroy a man's rhythm like that. And he just had it. And then you combine that with what I was watching from the fans, because I was sitting right behind them. They were all sitting right behind me, this whole community. It was just sensational. That's the only way to describe it, sensational. Like, I'm super proud of him. I'm super proud of the way he conducted himself. And, you know, because it could have exploded. There's a lot of stuff that's been happening behind the scenes and building up to it. But what I watched was the humility of a man who wanted to give praise to God, first of all, and then just recognize that this is his time. Do you know what I mean? So it was proper. It was incredible. And I want you to go back and watch the fight. Like, Spencer will appreciate it because of the slickness and the art of boxing.
No, I watched it this morning.
Trust me, it was a masterclass. It was a masterclass on how you control an environment.
Well,
I want to give you the proper props. Give me 2 seconds. Let me make sure I get this right.
Yes.
I mean, good fighter. And he was actually a joy to watch. And it's the first time I properly watched it. But like I said, the craziness of the night before, while I was doing the Lennox Lewis thing in Wolverhampton, I meet his dad. You know what I mean? Yes. And like, one of his friends said, "Oh, yeah, man. Oh, the knowledge, can you make a video for him, like, to wish him best of luck?" And I said, "No problem, man." So to see him go and perform like that, definitely got a really, really bright future. And I'm really looking forward to his next move that he does. And finally, Eddie Hearn has got a win over one of Frank Warren's guys.
Well, I think he's got. Oh no, yeah. I was thinking about the woman's fight the other day. Yeah, the woman fight. He promotes the other girl. So
Well,
that's two.
Two. But what I'm trying to say is like, yeah, he's got two, but finally for the males, not knocking out the women are doing, but finally for the males, he's got a male win. So and that's gonna hopefully that can bolster his confidence, because right now he's being taken to school by Frank Warren.
Jay, we can't see you. All we can see is darkness. I don't know if you've gone into a dark room or what. Jay, you there? You might have to switch back on because he's gonna come back. But again, let me read some of these comments. I don't know. One was Inouye's toughest fight. I just think it's too early to even talk about fighting someone as monstrous as the monster, Inouye. Let's just give him time to, settle in as his newfound fame, being IBO champion, and it's great. The WBO made some orders, which I can quickly talk about this week. One of them was Woody Hutchinson taking on, because I see someone talking about AY maybe fighting Hutchinson. Listen, we're after big fights now. We've said we've made that, and there's only one fight I think a lot of the British fans want, and boxing fans want. But as I said, if that can't materialize, which I don't know why it can't, then there are other fights. AY is really the man in demand. And if it means, as I said, I will be ringside for Gilberto Ramirez and Chris Billum Smith. We have a look at that.
Where's that happening?
Saudi. That's a possibility. Yes, sir. Anyway, JD Dyer is back. So let's continue this conversation, brother.
So my fault, I had a phone call come in, but
come on, man. I thought man like you'd have better Wi-Fi than that.
Yo, it's difficult when you move out to the sticks, man. I'm telling you. But,
come on.
It was
all right.
It was a masterclass for real, and I was so impressed by Shabaz. And for me, like you lot will both know, I haven't got to turn around and tell you because I learned so much from both of you, right? But it's difficult to handle that type of occasion, like emotionally. And there's a lot of people that are cheering every punch, and it's so easy to get suckered into the moment to say, yeah, I want to fight this guy, I want to hit. But the way that, and I'm going to give somebody credit that probably I didn't really think a lot of people really recognize what was happening. Amongst all the chaos, what you want in your corner is calm. And Ben Davison, I was in that corner, I was listening, never once spoke past a certain octave. And he just kept everything calm. Every single time he came to the corner, regardless of what was happening in the ring, regardless of the last 3 minutes. It reminded me a lot of Tunde, to be honest. Just calm, spoken at a certain tone. And then that's when I knew a fighter was locked in on everything that was being said. Because Shabaz wasn't taking in any of the other noise or all of the extras that was happening. Man just was focused on everything that was happening inside of the ring. And that's why he won. He didn't win because I think he's a better fighter. He didn't win necessarily because he was a better man on the day. And you can talk about the amateurs, right? Everybody can have different opinions on that. It was what he did in that corner, in that 1 minute. If anybody wants a demonstration of why trainers are important, go and watch that.
That's very interesting. And, again, it's the ups and downs of the sport. 1 week, certain people are destroying Ben, saying he made, and another. And this is why I believe a trainer's job is not as hard as the fighter, but it is as hard because you're so open for criticism, because the people that are usually the loudest are the people saying negative things. And it is important for a coach, a trainer to keep a calm head in a fight, because ultimately the vibration of the trainer rubs up on the fighter. And so
100%. And the thing is,
great.
This doesn't make any sense to me about people that criticize trainers or all this chopping and changing. because I said it to you off camera and I'll say it to you on camera. The relationship between you and Ant, especially, and even you and Joe, is something very special. Like no one else can turn around and tell me they can critique or look into what is happening in your day-to-day between you two, right? And when I watched the interview that you had with Ade and Adam on talkSPORT, right, I think you gave a real insight as to why training and brotherhood is important, because you care about a fighter deeper than just, I'm gonna feed you to the lion's den. Because let's be real, someone with Anthony Yarde's expertise, ability, all the rest of it, you could have just fast-tracked his career, but you care about him. You want to see the right steps. You're really understanding about not even his fault, but his lack of experience overall. But he's a wonder kid, bro. Let's just be real about it. People can say what they like nobody else. I ain't seen nobody with that level of credentials, that limited amount of amateur experience, and then done what world level twice and shown what they can do at world level. And people be sitting there critiquing and being like, oh, this and that. Bro, show me someone else that's done that. Minus maybe Fabio Wardley. Yeah, show me someone else.
Such a great point, brother. Again, you're one of the goats in this thing. But me personally, I want because I always love listening to you and the way you articulate and speak about the sport. I really wanted to get your vibe and your feeling about the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson event, because it is an event. Apparently they've sold out, was it the Dodgers Stadium or something like that? But it's Mike. Look, it's Mike, bro. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. This is money. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if Mike could actually win. And I'm talking about the fight and just win the hearts of the people. I don't know how he can win.
I look at you. You said something so poignant earlier, right? Which was that it's a lose-lose for Jake Paul, because we're gonna hate him if he beats up Mike, and we're gonna laugh at him if he gets knocked out by Mike. Because the truth of the matter is, I don't care what people say about this sport. I know people talk about punch power not leaving you and all the rest of it. I'm still seeing a 58-year-old man get into the ring, right? And for me, there's something very wrong about that. Like, especially when he's going up against somebody who's 30 years his younger.
Yes.
That I don't care. Because if you're talking about a complete novice who hasn't fought anybody and is coming in here and is wet behind the ears, as you would say, right? Then we could talk. But Jake Paul's actually had fights. Yes. So he's had, whether he's good or he's not, the sheer ability of him being 28 going up against a 50-year-old man doesn't sit well with my heart. And I'm telling you that, fanning me, the reason why I love boxing is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, I don't think I would be doing what I'm doing today if my dad didn't put Mike Tyson on VCRs and we had to watch that over and over and over and over again, right? And people ask me all the time, who's your favorite boxer? And I say to them, Roy Jones Jr. is my favorite boxer of all time. But the reason why I love this sport is Iron Mike. Nobody's ever had an aura like Iron Mike. And he
trust me.
That. But at the same time, because I'm in the sport now, I start caring about people and I start seeing what it does to people. And for me, you should not be getting in a ring when you're 58 years old, bro. That's just me. That's just me caring about you. But I'm never going to tell another grown man what to do. But you know already the repercussions. This sport is unforgiving, like any other. And I just praise to the Most High that he comes out with all of his faculties, because there could be one moment that could end everything. And then all of a sudden, everybody that's cheering, asking for Mike, is then praying for Mike. It's a completely different energy.
Mind strategy says Mike Tyson is a fighter and he likes to challenge his mindset. Mike Tyson probably feels like he's 25 in his head.
Tunde, I feel like my mastery, big up my sis. Let me tell you this, sir. I still feel like I can do the splits, because when my mom used to have these little parties around the house, she got to everyone, come, son, come, show them the splits. It was like Bruce Lee. I could do splits for long. Let me try doing that foolishness now, Tunde. Let me just see it. Okay.
Sometimes the positive thinking gives way to reality. And the reality is Mike Tyson is 58 years old. And I hear what Roy Jones was on the show just before you, Jay.
Yeah, I heard.
and you tried to her because we were trying to work out. We needed subtitles at the bottom of the screen.
No, don't disrespect Roy Jones.
I ain't doing that. Because I already said
No,
he's my
really,
favorite
don't
fighter. He's my
disrespect
favorite
Roy
fighter.
Jones.
So I can't.
No. It's not disrespect. Bro, what's the matter? Don't try to make Roy Jones have no bad aura on me, you know. Bro,
Right, don't disrespect Roy. I just clicked his feet there. Don't disrespect Roy,
I
bro.
was trying to say to Roy, my point was, I hear what you're saying about the punch power. I hear what you're saying, how he looks and how the last thing is the punch and, Mike's in great shape. But my thing is the resistance. And I don't feel I still got the right answer from Roy. Because it's the resistance. Spencer, you said it. I saw you shadowboxing at the Lennox Lewis thing.
He looked good, innit?
I know.
He looked good, innit?
Slap you with my hand. You're going to wobble, bro.
Clap what? You can't clap what? Don't
You're
even
gonna
clap
wobble.
You're plumbing when I come in the ring about clap what?
Yeah, shut up.
I'll punch the crap off of you.
You know how this thing goes already.
I'll
But
punch
do you
the
understand
black
what I'm
off
saying,
you.
Jay? Do you understand what I'm saying?
100.
It's the resistance of a 58-year-old man going up against someone 30 years his junior and doing well. Now, we could say, yeah, but Mike might go in there and relive the Spinks days. But how?
In the 80s. In the
Thank
80s.
you.
How?
Thank you.
80s.
Thank
That's
you.
impossible. We're in 2024. He's not going to
Thank
be shoulder rolling and dropping his. You're not going to see the bob and weave. Like, you're not going to see all that. Like, you're just not. Like, in your mind, you're going to see Mike Tyson. In that ring, you're going to see a 58-year-old man. That's the truth of it. Because even the exhibition a couple of years ago with him and Roy,
Yes.
like, my heart and my head are split, right? I just told you about how I feel about both of those two fighters. And I had to stop halfway through and just remind myself, wow, they're seniors. Like, they are what they are now. Like, I'm not seeing the fighters that I grew up watching. That's just not who they are. And there's nothing wrong with that because age is the only thing that's undefeated on earth, right? So it doesn't matter about what they've done or who they are. I'm taking you from today. And I'm taking you from what I'm seeing in the ring right now.
So, JD, how old are you, bro? How old are you?
I'm 31.
I want you to realize this. When when Mike Tyson fought Michael Spinks in 1988,
I was even born.
you weren't born. It's 36 years ago, Tom. That's what that's thinking. 36 years ago.
I've had a whole existence on earth. I've been working in this industry for 10 years. And Mike Tyson hasn't even laced up a glove.
Right.
Like, apart from an exhibition.
Right.
Like, that's a long time, man.
Right. Spare me the semantics and the bravado of emotion. You understand? Because just like the great Jay Spade said, the only way we're going to get forward in life is when we take the E from emotions and we take that away. Then we're going to get motion. And let's be real. What Mike Tyson possibly done to say that he's had motion? I want this to be a money grab.
Facts.
I want people to just realize this now, right? I want you to believe that. Let this be a money grab. Let Mike Tyson just earn some big people off of this thing and all the rest of it. But let's just be real. Let's just be real.
Well, after next.
You see what checkmate just put up there? Remember, that Mike Tyson who fought Terrell Biggs, who was the Olympic gold medalist, who actually beat Lennox Lewis in the 1984 Olympics at Los Angeles. Lennox Lewis went to the Olympics as an 18-year-old, and Terrell Biggs jabbed him up. That Mike Tyson was horrible. Mike Tyson was hitting Tyrell Biggs. He said, he's making it sound like it was a girl. I said, what do you mean, Mike? He was going, That's how Mike Tyson was. Mike was, what's the body shots in that fight, Ton? I know I'm just going to work about tonight.
But I don't care. But Mike Tyson of yesterday ate in my head today.
Right.
I'm looking at our old brother who mashed up himself on a hoverboard. That's what I know Mike for. He mashed up himself on a hoverboard and mashed up his vertebrae. It broke my back. That's what Mike said. I broke my vertebrae. So I'm like, you mash up yourself on a hoverboard. You're getting in there with Jake Paul, who's coming. regardless. And I don't care if this is even staged. It's still dangerous.
Very much so.
Even if it's a staged, it's still dangerous.
I'll just leave you with this, right?
We all know Mike.
Yeah.
You might hit him in a pre-rehearsed thing, and Mike says, "Nah, all right, cool," and come with something, and then Jay Paul says, "Nah, I'm not taking that."
Facts.
So you can never be too sure in a boxing contest whether it's an exhibition or not. You know, I think like a lot of the guys that grew up watching Mike and just feeding that aura, we're not happy with this fight. One fight I wanted to ask you about, which I know nobody's spoken about it other than on the night of the fight, was the engine, Echo. I don't know how much more fights this brother can have like that, but this was a madness. I was watching it on the it was before I left. Yeah, no, it was on the way. I was watching it before I left, and then on the way to the talkSPORT studio. So I missed the last round or so. But up until then, what was it like being there, bro?
Listen, I had to start the post-fight interview by reminding everyone that these fighters are putting their lives on the line, and just telling people at home, because people be moaning all the time, like, we want this and we want that. And I'm not saying the people in here, I'm just saying in general. That's what I hear sometimes. And I just have to remind people that these guys genuinely, and ladies as well, excuse me, genuinely put their lives on the line for our entertainment. And what I watched yesterday was, no matter what both of them say, they will never be the same fighter again. Like there was shots that I'm sitting front row. I've got, and this is no lie, I've got my suit upstairs, and I've got both Echo and Ben's blood on my suit. That's how close I was, right?
Wow.
And I know some of the shots. I was hearing and seeing some of the shots that was landing on both men. They are different level of animals in terms of to say, I'm going to stay in there, I'm still going to come forward, I'm still going to sit in the pocket, I'm still going to fight you, I'm going to take your shots and give you mine. I had to recognize, that's why I asked for both of them to come down for the interview, because even though Echo won, I wanted Ben to recognize he also won that night. Like, if he sees it or he doesn't see it, you have won, because that's your first television show. You've gone from small halls where you're not getting any respect, probably you're selling your own tickets, probably just breaking even, to you're now a television fighter. And you fought someone who just called out Boots Ennis, and you pushed him. When I say you pushed him, there were moments where I was looking at it like, Ben might
he's gonna stop him.
Yeah, Ben might have Echo here, but Echo Esserman is just built different. Like, I don't know what's in that Botswana jeans, but 35 looks like 25, and he just
it's the Ghana thing. It's these Ghana man. These Ghana man.
Is he gone in?
Kenke, he's gone in. These Kenke, what they're eating, and all this watch. I'm
gonna keep this thing 100 though. I met Echo at the Joshua Ngannou presser. Right, he was down there, and my apologies. He was looking at me and he nodded like, yeah, and smiling and everything. And Tun, I was saying to him, where I know this brother from? Where I know this brother? You know what I mean? And it's only afterwards I realized, but he's got a very good energy, man.
Oh yeah, but, Echo. I mean, listen, we messaged. Can't just
fight like that, Tunde.
The last fight,
I not continue fighting like that, bro.
He's a fighter.
So what? He can't continue to fight like that.
That's two fights he's had like that, because he had
two
he had the Owen Cooper fight before, and he had this one, and they're both we can all sit here and applaud and say fighter of the year contender, but you look, no, when you're in this game, you start to care about these fighters, you start to see them day to day, and I start seeing them around, and even like, don't get twisted, Echo is very coherent, he's very smart, he's still all the way there, but I know that sometimes these things hit you later, and that's what I'm always concerned with.
Jay. Boxing is cumulative, and this is what I'm always got this in the back of my mind with fighters. You know, you want to have, it's inevitable. You're gonna have a tough fight, maybe 2 or 3 tough fights in your career. You don't want them back to back. You don't want it at this level. There's the next 2 levels after this level what he's fighting at now.
Words. Because you're going to tell me you want Boots Ennis next. Because if you want Boots Ennis Next.
No, you mean Wellington boots, Ennis. You mean Wellington boots, Ennis.
Hey,
Because
I
you're
ain't
not
never
talking
gonna tell
about
a fighter
boots,
he can't have what he
Joran. You're
wants.
not talking about Joran boots, Ennis.
I heard it
You're
with
talking
my
about
own ears.
Wellington boots, Ennis, not Joran. Because there's levels for a reason.
Listen, I wouldn't want to see the young man. Listen, and there is levels for a reason. Like, but I would say the right
He
step up.
deserves it.
Yeah,
Absolutely
he does.
deserves
He does. Definitely. He does deserve it. He does deserve
And
it.
he deserves
But
a
you know what?
payday.
I would say the right step up for him is for him to fight the IBO champion, the little South African brother that came over the other day and dealt
Okay.
with McKinney.
Yes,
Yeah,
good
that fight there. That fight would be a nice fight for him. You
Good
know?
match. Good
That
match.
would be a
I
good
would like to see Echo, finish his career, run up his career with some kind of belt, world title belt. I mean, they've Shabazz fought for IBO, Lyndon Arthur won an IBO. I mean, listen, it's not a known belt, but it gives the fighter, if he hasn't challenged the real top elite fighters, some solace that they become a world champion of some sort. And I feel that the IBO belt will be a good belt for him to at least contest. Because remember, he was actually mandatory before for Boots Ennis.
Yeah.
And I think he lost his ranking, if I'm not mistaken.
100%. The IBF ranking.
So he's worked his way up again in 2 hard fights against young fighters who are coming with sprite and energy. This is why ordinarily these fights wouldn't have been so hard if those fighters was older. But it's because they're young and still fresh that they're pushing him all the way. I mean, the last fight, that knockdown, what he got, only a tough back, yam eating brother can gonna cut up from that.
It's not yam, it's the bushmeat.
No. Especially on this bushmeat thing. No, it's just solidness.
It's the bushmeat, brother. It's the
work that he
bushmeat.
puts in. Remember, he had a tough fight as well with Chris Congo. He's paid his dues.
He deserves
Echo, and I know his team, Barrington Levy. I call him Barrington Levy, Barrington Brown. Excellent fighter in my times. Me and one of my fighters and him was supposed to fight, but I never ever won in that fight because he's a skill set. He's up to date. He loves boxing and he's produced Echo, and he's worked hard to put himself in that position. So I would really love it for them to at least challenge for some sort of world title, but we can't keep another fights like that.
No,
and it should be a top world title. Jay,
I just want to end it on this because I know you man want to have so many people on here, and obviously I know you probably got a host of comments on here. But it was something that you said earlier when you was talking about the Kevin McBride fight, Spence, right? And I remember that fight, and I almost remember feeling like a kid, like I was crying, because you're watching the end of someone that you admired, right? And it happens to every athlete, no matter who they are. At some point, they just haven't got it anymore. But I think everyone needs to kind of go back and just watch the post-fight interview, because that's what I get my credence. That's what I've learned my craft. That's what I watch, right? And that's what I take my notes. And I will never forget the words of Matt Tyson. I just haven't got it anymore. They were the words, right?
I remember
to this day that he hugged Kevin McBride. He just told him straight, I haven't got it anymore.
I'm the one disrespect sport and the sport that I love so much, so I'm gonna call anything.
Now look.
That's what I'm saying.
Now look.
About how it being for his family and all the rest of it. But he just the key words that I will always take from it is he told it, he owned it. I haven't got it anymore.
Yes.
So I don't understand why anyone would think 20 years later there's gonna be a revolution.
No. It ain't happening.
That's my fear. Yeah.
Unless Jake Paul has made an agreement that Mike Tyson knocks him out. But I don't know. I hope, however they've staged this fight, if it is staged, I just hope everybody comes out. I hope Mike comes out well. That's the main thing, I think.
But I'm gonna watch it though. Don't get twisted.
I think we're all gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Even for even if it was sad seeing Mike go down, it's still a legend. But we're all gonna watch it. I don't think there's no boxing fan that's not gonna watch it, whether it's on the Fire Stick, whether it's on the Fire Stick or whether it's on Amazon. Is it Amazon Prime?
Netflix. No, it's Netflix.
Netflix.
It's on Netflix, yeah. It's on
Yeah.
Netflix. So
You know what? I was telling people for a long time, when Netflix get into boxing, they're going to be a powerhouse in this thing.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap now.
And
That's
now
a whole other conversation for another day. But
yeah,
you know,
exactly. They're just dipping their toe. They're just dipping their toe. You know what I mean? They're just dipping their toe in the thing. So,
but
you know what I mean?
I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
man.
Like,
Blessed for jumping on the
both
show.
of your messages and both of your prayers, you know how it's done for me in terms of where I'm this. So I appreciate you both. Yeah, for real, tenfold. Stamina for sale, always right. Fight is right. You know how to get tingo. Yeah.
Come on. Thank you, brother. Great having you.
Love.
Take care. God bless. The one, the only JD Dyer, fantastic young man and great for the sport of boxing and learning his craft and getting better at it every single day, Spencer.
Every single day. Lovely human being. I mean,
lovely, good energy in abundance. We've been going for almost 2 hours because that's because you ain't seen me, but
yes, but I'm jumping up. I got some food to eat right now too.
What's new? We've spoken about everything. Is there anything anyone else can put in the chat? Maybe we'll go for 5 minutes or something. But I think from what I know, what else is coming up, Spence? Obviously, Joshua Dubois rematch is not going to happen now.
You know what? I'm going to keep this thing 100. There is a little bit of, I've heard, like, the reason why the fight, Josh wanted a straight rematch. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why it's not happening, and it's not a cop-out, is that there's meant to be a little bit of a nagging injury with Josh at this present moment. And that's
was that pre going into the fight or post?
I heard that he was injured going into the Dubois fight.
Okay.
But in with it, but now he's saying like, right, I've got to tend to my injury.
Address it, yeah.
He's got to address it because he knows like if this wasn't to go right for him here, you can still get the Tyson Fury fight, blah. But Josh should be commended because he's actually going for the rematch. He's going for it, but he's being judiciously advised by the specialists, like, you should have taken care of this niggle prior, and you never. And look what happened. So, and I'm not making an excuse for Anthony Joshua because, cool as it is, Daniel Dubois was excellent on that night. He really was. So, but I would like to see a better, with no excuses, Anthony Joshua, and I think he, and it is. I see that.
Are you aware of the injury what type of injury we're talking about?
I do, but I'm not going to elaborate on it. I'll tell you off.
Okay. I guess
I mean, for me to say that is a bit too, and I don't think like I'm running around to say I'm making an excuse for Anthony Joshua. No, I'm not. But I do know that is why this rematch has not happened. And the talk is that Josie Parker will be in for the replacement. The replacement will be Josie Parker. So
what happened to Fabio Woodley?
There was talk about Fabio Woodley, but you have to know, like, this thing is great semantics. Who is more fitting to fight for the world title at this present moment? Jose Parker, a man that has been incredible since his reverberation. He's been incredible. He holds a win over Zhang. You know what I mean?
And Deontay.
He holds an incredible win over Deontay Wilder. There is no more man more fitting to say, like, we're going to slide him in to fight for the world title right now, the IBF crown, than Jose Parker. Hrgovic has already been beaten. Right? So,
you know what I think, yeah? I'm just putting my little genie magic ball out there. I think Tyson Fury should just pull a sickie for the Usyk fight, yeah. He should just pull a sickie. And AJ and Fury just fight. Done. The dance. Both of them ride off into the sunset. Nothing left to prove. Both world champions. both had the kryptonite in both of their careers was Alexander Usyk, and we get a fight which doesn't go down in history where we say, someone said, I beg, yeah, where we say, yeah, but I wish that fight would have happened. That's the difference between the fighters today and the fighters yesterday. Roberto Duran fought Hearns. Roberto Duran fought Leonard. Roberto Duran fought Hagler. Hagler fought Hearns. Hagler fought Leonard. Hagler fought Duran. Sugar Ray Leonard fought Hagler. You understand what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard fought Hearns. Sugar Ray Leonard fought Duran twice. I don't want this to go on, yeah, where we've been saying Tyson Fury, AJ, and the fight don't happen. Because I mean, although Fury says it's a fight that has to happen, win, lose, or draw, I'm just like, for both men, for Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, it's like, it's the desire, isn't it? It's the desire, knowing that you've done everything. When there is that little bit more sprite left in you, then why waste the fight? Most people are Tyson Fury against Alexander Usyk is no longer for the undisputed crown, Spence.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we all know who the man is. Let's be real. The man in the heavyweight division is Alexander Usyk. He's beating AJ, right?
Yes.
Beating Tyson Fury. He's beating Daniel.
Yes.
Right? He's the man.
We know that. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So
why can't we get AJ Fury?
No, totally. But I think Tyson Fury has something to prove to himself.
Okay.
Right?
Well, that makes sense.
Right. To say, listen, I'm on it. And when I mean like he's on it, they are categorically on it. Like I said, I hosted the Lennox Lewis tour, the first leg of the Lennox Lewis tour in Wolverhampton. While I was there, big up Woody as well. I'm looking around. Where's Spencer? Looking for Spencer Brown. Man said, nah, Spencer's in camp with Tyson Fury. They're in camp now.
Who?
Spencer Brown's in camp with Tyson Fury.
Oh, now, yeah. So
right now
is in December, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. The fight's in December, right? But they're in camp. So he's been in camp for a little while. So it's Woody that's doing all the running around for Ghost Up Promotions. I've got to big them up as well. So that's the serious in camp. So he ain't going to pull no sickie. He really wants to prove to people like, right, I'm better than this guy. And I'm going to beat this.
I'm saying he should. That's just my opinion. I'm saying he should pull this guy. I know he's not.
And part of me agrees with you. But you know yourself, when a man's got something inside of him that I have to prove you, watch. And the proof isn't to the public. The proof is for himself. You know what I mean? Right. So, and I can't take that away from him. And I rate the fact that he's going back in to have that rematch, right? Because when you look at this fight now, when a smaller man beats a bigger man, right? And if I was to go back on guys who have won back world heavyweight championships on straight rematches, yeah? On straight rematches, there is a lot of people that's done it, you know? I want you to realize this. You know what I mean? On straight rematches, usually takes a little time and you get slip in and you become world heavyweight champion again. But on straight rematches, the only guys that have done it, the first man to ever go there, 1960, was Floyd Patterson when he gets knocked out by Ingemar Johansson and comes back and he beats him in the return. Next man after that to go there was Muhammad Ali. Gets beat by Leon Spinks in 1978, in 1978, straight rematch. He wins back the title. You know what I mean? Right. Next man after that to go there was Lennox Lewis, straight rematch. Gets knocked out by Hassan Rahman, comes straight back in, beats him. Right, in Africa. Next man to do it, straight rematch. You know what I mean? AJ versus Ruiz, gets knocked out, comes back, wins it back. Right? Can Tyson Fury join that line? Can he join it? Because it's a hard one. It's hard.
You've just sold the fight, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Yeah, we better get Spencer Brown on the phone. Is that, bro? Man just sold your fight. We just sold your fight, Spencer. But that's a great way you've put that, Spencer. And
Right.
you can see, and I can see now that you've put it like that, how much of a motivational drive it must be for Tyson Fury to get back what he lost. He won't be. There's not the undisputed belt with it, but there is a chance at redemption, and I think that's what it is. But just me being a greedy fight fan, I just want AJ. You know, both of them are coming off of L's, so I think they should go in together.
All right. And I agree because of the name that they should fight, because it may be one of the things that we never get to see. We've seen this where there's been certain fights in the heavyweight division that we should have seen and we never got to see. Do you know what I mean? Notably, Riddick Bowe versus Lennox Lewis.
Oh man, that was a fight. That was a fight. But Bowe knows he was going to get broke up. Riddick Bowe knows he was going to get broke up by Lennox. That's why he said,
I'm going to keep this thing totally 100.
Do not tell me you think Bowe.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me.
No.
Maybe. Let me tell you this now. Let me tell you this now.
Yeah.
At the time when it was muted for them to fight, Lennox Lewis had his best win of his career, right? October 31st, 1992, when he knocks out and the big bad Donovan Razor Rock, right? It's 32 years ago. 32 years ago and 3 days. That's when that fight happened, right? I was at that fight. I sat with Lennox's mom for that fight. I bought a £50 ticket. Me, Kim, and Danny Williams. I bought 3 tickets. I went to that fight, and I said, "Chat, I'm not staying up." I was up in the gods, and I walked down, and you know what I mean, and that was at Earl's Court. And I walk all the way down, and I sit with Lennox's mom, and she nearly misviolently squeezed off my hand, right? Licking Lennox, right? So that fight didn't happen. Then Riddick Bowe puts in one of the greatest fights ever in November of the same year when he becomes undisputed champion, when he beats Evander Real Deal Holyfield. Now, I'm saying to you now, at that time, Riddick Bowe was more complete than Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, maybe on the inside. Maybe on the inside, I would have to agree with you.
He was more complete than
as a professional. I would have to agree with you.
He was under the tutelage, and also he was under the tutelage of Eddie Futch.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why his teaching was different, but his heart, will, and desire would not overcome Lennox's heart, will, and desire. And I truly believe that. Lennox has showed he's got the grit. He had the grit. It would have been a good fight, and one we'd never ever get to see. And this we don't want that with Fury and AJ.
No, we don't want that with Fury and AJ, and I hope that that doesn't happen. Right? I hope that doesn't happen. But there have been some great heavyweight fights of the past that we didn't get to see. But that is, to me, the most standout of the fights that we didn't get to see. And Riddick Bowe was far more complete and far more superior to Lennox Lewis at that time. And also, go back to 1988 in the Olympics in Seoul, when Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis were fighting. Riddick Bowe in the first round punched up Lennox Lewis, you know.
But this is what I'm trying to say, Spence. It was the determination, the resilience of Lennox that ultimately overcame Riddick Bowe. And I can't see how that would have changed in the professionals, regardless of what it looks like on the, to the eye, very early in their careers at that time when they were muted to fight. I just believe mentality is everything. And I just feel that Lennox...
I agree. Always
had the better, the stronger mindset to deal with a Riddick Bowe. We saw earlier in Riddick Bowe's career as well, anyone who studied his careers, he would mentally lose it. Dash man out the ring, start fighting with the sister, the daughter. Bro, the guy's a loose cannon. He never had the mentality to carry that. And ultimately, that was his ruin. And Lennox is just a strong mental guy. Hence why, even now, he's here tonight in the UK giving talks on his illustrious career. Aaron Sawa, young Aaron who we're talking about, was awarded the Prince of the Ring 2024, King of the Ring champion 2 times, best boxer, best awarded Prince of the Ring out of 700 boxers, 2 fights, 2 days, 2 stoppages. And he would like to say a massive thanks to my coaches and team at Northwest ABC for everything. Big thanks to his mother, his father, and brothers for all their support. And a big thanks to all my sponsors. They're much appreciated. Big up young Aaron. I did say this kid is the future. He's got a good head on his shoulders, a good family support. His mum always comes down to London with him and the uncle. And he's just winning. He's just winning. And we know it's a journey, but if he keeps this up, this kid's a problem. So big up Aaron there. Clip that part. You got to clip that part, Aaron. You know you're getting big up by the unks. Spence. Yeah, it's been a good show. A very, very great conversation we've had with regards to Jake and Mike and the other fights. Gabriela Fondora, that girl, I knew it. I knew it when I saw the documentary with her and her brother, how they've come up, how the dad has made boxing a job for them from kids, doing 8 hours a day in the backyard. They turned the backyard of the garage into a gym. These kids have come up only knowing boxing. Gabriela became the youngest ever undisputed, I think it's light or super flyweight women's world champion yesterday, joining her brother, who is the 154 champion, who is due to fight Errol Spence, the Truth Jr. in a return. You can't say Errol is ducking or dodging or taking no warmed ups, because he's going straight into the fire with his brother. Because the Tyrant Inferno, Sebastian, that brother's not a joke. He busts up. What's that brother he busts up? He busts up that black brother. I forgot his name, brother. And he busts him up, disfigured him. So Errol Spence Jr. is not taking no easy fight to come back. That's a tough fight at a higher weight, 154. I don't really like that fight for Errol Spence Jr. But because Errol Spence don't believe in tune-ups, he just got straight in there, Spence. Yeah, Erickson Lubin. He busts up Erickson Lubin on a different level. Disfigured him. But Daniel J. Bolting again, he's saying Erickson Lubin. He beat him up. But credit to his young sister, became the youngest ever undisputed women's super flyweight champion last night. And I would be remiss, these Spencer, there's always something to talk about, if we didn't talk about the antics that went on with Kid Austin last night.
Ton.
This is what I'm trying to say. When you take your eye off the ball and start talking about fighters that have done it, that have been there, that are there, and you're coming up, you put yourself in a position that people are there ready to laugh at you. I see the tweets from Javante Davis saying, bro, my brothers are messaging me, telling me you getting your ass whooped. And Javante's like, bro, tell me this ain't true, bro. Sure. Then he's there missing the stool and falling over. His dad's swearing at him in the corner. Like, come on, man. It's just, I don't know what's the matter. Like, I don't know why the dad's doing that. It's just embarrassing the poor young boy. They're not poor, but he's embarrassing the young boy. I'm like, and I hate them. You know me, I don't like the bad language. The epping, come on, man. I'm like, and then the man got dropped on the stool, and he got dropped. I'm like, now obviously everybody's laughing at you now. Shakur, all these man, they're laughing at you. It would have been good. You know the brother that he fought is Nappa's you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I spoke to Nappa earlier today. But you know what, Ton? That you's meant to be that you's really a super featherweight.
You.
The
one
you that
who fought
lost,
Schofield.
yeah.
You can see he's
Yeah, a little fat man. Right? That's not his weight. You know, really, truly, he might be a featherweight. I'm just keeping this thing 100.
That boy was tiny. When I saw the picture of him, Napa, and Schofield, I said, "Oh, look at this man. He look like a little short munchkin, brother. He's so small." But you know, I mean, Schofield's response was that he hits harder than Shakir. But when was Shakir ever chatting about he's some murderous puncher? Shakir is not going on like that. Not to say Shakir can't punch. He can punch. I think that's the misconception again with master boxers. Floyd had this in his career. Well, guess what? If Floyd couldn't punch, I never see people running to him. You know, he had reasonable power, which put you on the manners. And I think Shakir's got more or less the same, but it's levels. Shakur Stevenson is just a different stratosphere, Spence. And from what I saw last night with young Schofield, Floyd Schofield, he has to take his time.
Listen, definitely, if he don't take his time, my man will take him out. But just call it as it is. He's not ready for them, man.
No way. No way. All right. So I think that's it. That's about it. Thank you, everyone. Unless there's something else, Spence, you would need to talk about.
No, there's nothing else. You know what I mean? It's been great. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go rustle up some little snacks right now.
Lee S is trying to start a conversation. Bro, come on, man. He's beating them.
I'm not interested. I'm bouncing, brother.
Lee, don't try it. You try to start one. Floyd is being the most world champions in the history.
I don't business. I'm Bun Floyd Mayweather as well. But anyway, I'm bouncing.
Big up, Dirty Girl. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been great, man. Big up. Let me do the send-offs. Big up Kwame the Gator. Big up Daniel J. Bolton. Edna Good. Sosa. Dirty Girl. Tartan 360. Alkoya. Lee S. Mine. Mastery. Lovely. Strategist. Kwame the Gator, I've said that. Snaps, Sosa, I've said that. Daniel J, I've said that. Andrew McIntosh, big up. Reese Cole, Checkmate 734. Al Kuli, I've said that. Jackie Boy Johnson said that. Gugura, Toma Brown, Lee S, EMK72, Manny, Daniel Woods, Fight Bleachers, sorry. Adifasan, Live Life, Fizz. Listen, the list NN is there. Lifetime, Eon, Snaps, Pool L Finance, OGB, Gogora. I've said that already. Let me see. I've said Pool L Finance. I said that. Jim Bob, old tight Jim. Come on. Alfie Black, the one and only. Alfie Black, 84 boxing, Ace One. Mike Calvin. I just said that Ace One. Who else? Obviously, JD Dyer. Thank you for our guests. Thank you for the great Roy Jones Jr., a living legend, joining us tonight on the Fight Is Right, giving us his opinion on Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, believing still that Mike is gonna do a number on Jake. Old tight Jim Bob. Who else? Andrew Cohen. Listen, I think we'll wrap it up there. I've said big up to a lot of people. Oh yeah, big up Daniel Bakar. Daniel Bakar, another one of our guests that's always with us. Outchange, big up Outchange, another one who's always following us. I've said Edna. Listen. I'm just going through. I'm going through people. Spence is very restless. Razu Islam, RFF. Who else? Sorry, people, but I like to give, old tight Steve Bailey, Jack Swagger. Yeah, come on, like old tight Daniel Chambers. Dr. Gal, thank you for your contribution. R. Stokes, Muhammad Ahmed again, thank you for the Snapchat. Checkmate 734, I've said that. JD Dyer, obviously Daniel Barker, I've said that. I can keep going. Tyrone Booth, the lovely half pass fashion, Miss Lovely Ringside Anita, big up. I see ya. Ao Leah, lovely Leah. Oh, O stands for outstanding, by the way. Conveying ideas, IMTGT. Cecilia, Elaine, Budge, I see ya. Yeah, I think that's it, Spence. Let's wrap up there. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a fantastic show. And I just received a text from JD Dyer saying, thank you, tonight was a pleasure. As always, same to you, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time because you are a man in demand and time is precious. Ladies and gentlemen, let us end the show in the exact way we started it, with the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on up. I'm going to the kitchen. Peace, two fingers. I'm out. See you guys next week. Watch along, innit? Boots in this watch along. What are you saying?
Come on, Spencer Boots. Listen, I think you've got two of the biggest stars in boxing that are not stars yet. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Boots Innes is a star. But
you know what? I might have to talk to the man that at 21 up in Blackburn. Might have to do a watch along there, you know. Eat some food and pay some big money. Blackburn. Blackburn.
Say that again, Spence.
Blackburn.
Who's going to Blackburn?
What are you talking about? It's big money we're gonna click when we go up there.
Bro, Blackburn. Bro, I only hear about Blackburn when I'm about football. Blackburn.
Yeah. Look, Ton, I don't business, but just jump on the train, go out to Blackburn, eat some big boy food, get paid, do the watch along from there. We got
I'm on that. It's a long train drive.
Bro, it's all right, man.
A long train journey. Sorry, not drive.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I'll be up
yeah, bro. I'll talk to the man. I'll jump off. I'm saying, listen, brother. Yeah, we need to. I'm gonna talk to Manny to make him make the graphics and say, yeah, boom. That's what we gotta do, bro.
Yeah, that would be big. That would be big. But who's in this next week in a rematch, from what I understand?
Yeah.
Against a guy that did he give him problems? He must have went points with him. I'm gonna check that fight.
Bro, I don't even know nothing about that. It is what it is. But if we could do the watch along from there, because we've got people up there that watch the show, so they'll come in the place as well. We can eat food. After that, go chilling, and they got a really nice Hilton hotel up there as well. I stayed up there for their opening, and like I'm saying, we got to expand because all of these people, all these proprietors of business would enjoy us being down there because we are kind of stranglehold to London because we're Londoners, but we get mad love in them places. I know that when I go up to them places, so. That's what I'm thinking about. So
big up Ezra Taylor last night with a KO 27 seconds.
Very good win.
Big up Ezra.
That brother that he knocked out when points with the guy that y'all just beat.
He did some points. Yeah. He's the number.
Ezra Taylor him out good and proper.
Very good victory for Ezra. Another young boy. As I said, I've said it before. He's a young, confident young man, and he's doing his thing. You just keep going,
So we might have to do the fight right up in there, I'm gonna get contracts sent over. We might have to do the fight right up in Blackburn. That's at Club 21, which is a wicked little venue is out there. It's a proper it's like a shisha lounge. They make the wickedest kebabs up there and pizzas and everything else.
The way you're talking about food is too much.
Bro, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Sabu, and obviously Bam Rodriguez, Jesse Rodriguez, who is one of my favorite fighters right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Something else, man.
He is actually the southpaw Julio Cesar Chavez. I'm going as far as that.
Yeah,
he's the southpaw version of Chavez.
Okay.
The new Mexican assassin. The U is serious fighter. Serious fighter. So young, can punch with both hands, and he's a lefty. So that just even makes it even more difficult. So we got two lefties, or a switch hitter and a lefty next week, live on the Zone, and looking forward to doing a watch along for that. Let's go again. Let me finish with the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
Coming up, Peace, two fingers, we out. You lot have a plum pleasing, superb next 7 strong days.
Yes, sir.